I promised Kaylee that I would find John and everything was going to be okay. I promised her that everything would be okay. She straddles John and she lifts up his shirt, and then she lifted up her shirt and went to lay on him. And Miss Roberts went over and she was removing the snow from his face. You see Carrie just wiping the snow off. Karen had straddled him and had lifted her shirt and his shirt and was laying on him, and Carrie was screaming at her to get off of him. I saw Carrie wiping the snow off of John's face, and I could not believe that that was John laying there. He was just laying flat on his back, and I was literally just stunned. Much but his face, because the rest was snow, and Karen was moving over him, but he just looked like just him, but just like frozen. Karen's yelling because as they start, blood starts coming out of John's mouth. Kind of lifts him up, put the blankets underneath him, and she's screaming at Miss Reed to get off of Mr. O'Keefe. And they're kind of yelling back and forth. Karen's screaming, "Is he dead? Is he dead?" I, at some points, walk over towards the car, Carrie's car, to get away because they're so loud. And I was trying to be calm and get help there for John as fast as possible. First, I just stood there for a minute because I couldn't believe it was him. And then Carrie Roberts and I made eye contact. And I knew, I was like, all right, I'm going to call 911. But I think I knew in that moment that John, couldn't believe what I was seeing. And then Carrie and I made eye contact, and I called 911. And Carrie was asking me to go to the car and get, she was yelling to get towels or blankets or something out of the back of our car. I started to call 911, and Carrie and Karen were just screaming. And so I walked back towards Carrie's car, and then Carrie was also yelling at me to go to the back of the car to look for blankets and towels. So as I was calling 911, I was at the back of the car looking for the towels and the blankets to bring over to Carrie. I go over, and at that point, Carrie asks if I can take over doing the compressions.
Did you do that?
I did, yes. So after I called 911, I went back over to Carrie, Karen, and John, and at that point, Carrie asked if I would take over compressions. So she got up, and I started doing compressions, and Karen was doing mouth-to-mouth. It just felt very funny. It just wasn't like normal. I can't think of how to describe the way it felt when I was trying to press down, but it was like resistance.